Kung Fu Panda 2, Kaboom of Doom. Po was the legendary dragon warrior. He and the Furious Five protected the Valley of Peace with their awesome kung fu skills. One day, when a group of wolf bandits attacked a village, Po and the Five went to help. As Po fought Boss Wolf, he spotted an eye-shaped symbol on the wolf's uniform. Suddenly, a strange vision flashed in his mind. He saw tiny panda hands reaching for a panda mother. Po was distracted, and the wolf bandits escaped. The Five gathered around their friend. "What happened?" Tigress asked. Po shook his head. "I don't know." Po couldn't stop thinking about his childhood memory. He went to his father's noodle shop. "Dad," Po said, "where did I come from?" Mr. Ping decided it was time to tell Po the truth. "You might have been kind of adopted," he said. Mr. Ping pulled out a radish basket. "You came from this," he said. "Years ago, I went out to the back to where my vegetables had just been delivered. Only there were no radishes, just a very hungry baby panda." Po was shocked. He couldn't believe his parents had left him. "Your story may not have had a happy beginning," Mr. Ping said, "but look how it's turned out. You've got me. You've got kung fu. You've got noodles." But Po wondered if that was enough. Meanwhile, many miles away, a peacock named Lord Chen arrived in Gongmen City, where his family had ruled long ago. "Leave my house," he ordered the current rulers, Masters Rhino, Ox, and Croc. But the great kung fu masters refused to go. Chen used a huge, terrible cannon against Master Rhino. All that remained was his hammer. Chen and his army moved into Peacock's palace. "All of China will bow before me," Chen said. But Soothsayer warned him that a great warrior of black and white would defeat him. When Shifu heard what had happened, he sent Po and the Five to Gongmen City. On the journey, Po told Tigress that his dad wasn't his real dad. Tigress tried to help Po focus and find inner peace, as Master Shifu had instructed. When they arrived in Gongmen City, Po and the Five saw wolf soldiers everywhere. Po saw Boss Wolf climb into a rickshaw. Po and the Five chased him to Chen'S palace. At the palace, they were outnumbered by the wolf army. "We surrender," Po said. The wolves took Po and the Five to see Chen. As Po and the Five were led to the palace, Po thought about Master Rhino. What could Chen have that would defeat Kung Fu? Po had a plan, but first he had to face his old enemy, stairs. Finally, with the help of a massive gorilla, Po entered Chen's throne room. Chen was waiting for his guests. A large cannon stood beside him. Chen instructed his guards to light the cannon. Mantis was out of his cage. He put out the cannon's fuse as Viper freed Po and the Five. Finally, Po faced Chen. Then, he saw Shen's feathers. A red eye. Po had another vision. Chen had been there the night Po's parents left him. With Po distracted, Chen jumped out the window and raced across town to the fireworks factory. He aimed rows of cannons at the palace and fired. The palace collapsed in flames. Po and the Five escaped just in time. The Five were upset. Tigress demanded that Po tell them the truth. "You had Chen," she said. "What happened?" Po told his friends about the red eye and his memories. Tigress understood, but she wanted Po to stay safe. She told him to stay behind while the Five battled Chen. The Five set off for Chen's fireworks factory. The place was crawling with guards, so they set up a careful plan of attack. Po had gone to the fireworks factory too, and he had found Chen. The peacock laughed. "Your parents didn't love you," he told Po. Then Chen lit a cannon. Kaboom! Po was blasted out of the factory. He landed in a river, where Soothsayer rescued him. The old goat was very kind. She wanted to help Po remember his past. Long ago, Po had lived in the panda village with his parents. It was a peaceful, happy place until Soothsayer read Chen'S fate. She had told the peacock that a panda would stand in his way on his path to glory. When Po was just a baby, Chen and his army had invaded the panda village and set fire to the homes. Now Po understood. His parents hadn't abandoned him. His mother had hid him in the radish basket to save him. Knowing the truth helped Po find inner peace. He balanced a single water drop in his hand, as Master Shifu had taught him. The drop didn't break. Po raced back to Gongmen's city. Together, he and the five were ready to take on Chen and his army. Master Shifu and the Kung Fu masters came to help with the battle. Po used Shifu's lesson on inner peace to catch the cannonballs fired by Chen. Then, he launched them back at the peacock and his army. Soon, Chen and his cannons were destroyed. Po returned to his father's noodle shop. His father was waiting for him. "I know who I am," Po told his dad. "I am your son." Mr. Ping hugged his son. Then, they went inside to cook noodles together. The end.